To the Negroes, the elect, the chosen people of the Most High, greetings. My name is Sister Gloria, and today's date is July 29th, 2025. I'm coming to you with this lesson entitled, The God of the Africans and the Hebrews is Black, and the God of the Europeans and the Gentiles is White Jesus. Again, the title of the lesson is, The God of the Africans and the Hebrews is Black, and the God of the Europeans and the Gentiles is White Jesus. Let's take a look at Daniel 7 and 9 in the Hebrew Bible, also known as the Book of Remembrance or Old Testament. And it reads, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. Daniel envisioned a woolly-headed God, Afrocentric in every way. Woolly hair, black skin, and brown eyes are synonymous, just like blonde hair, white skin, and blue eyes are synonymous. A European or Gentile may ask, why are you teaching division and separation? But I will ask, why do you practice division and separation? 400 years ago, great-great-great-grandpa was in the fields working, and great-great-great-grandma was at home preparing supper. When Grandpa came home from the fields, Grandma was gone, on a slave ship named Jesus, heading for the Caribbean. This is true separation. Separating a wife from her husband, never to see him again. Grandpa died in pain and agony, not knowing what happened to Grandma. And Grandma also died of a broken heart, being overworked and beaten repeatedly by the slave masters, not knowing what happened to Grandpa. Those sadistic bastards. Let's take a look at the definition of sadistic. Deriving pleasure from inflicting pain, suffering, and humiliation on others. Yes, I'll say it again. Those sadistic bastards. This is the same character of Jesus and the Europeans to divide families. The apple never falls far from the tree. Matthew 10:35 confirms this. It's written in red, so it's Jesus' own words. And it reads, For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. This same European Jesus, who the Romans and Greeks have created and have given to us, has allowed suffering, starvation of our children, castration and lynching of our men, has allowed our men to be injected with syphilis to eradicate us. The white man has done so much evil to us, the chosen people, that they think that they are doing God's will. And they think that God hates us so much that he is pleased with what they are doing. Yet, God made us 100% pure human, and he gave them non-human DNA from bizarre ancestry. The evil that they have done to us is not the work of the true and living God. This is the work of the God of separation, Jesus, the reincarnation of Satan. How can a so-called Savior, who supposedly laid down his life for the world, be so dangerous, evil, and one-sided? Negroes, you believe that your God is this white man that the Romans and Greeks have given to you. You are sadly mistaken. If they hate you and despise you, and you cannot live here on earth among them, why would they give you anything that is good? Think about it. What they have given to you is Jesus, Satan, Lucifer, the morning star. When you ask a black Christian, what color is Jesus? Their usual reply is, it doesn't matter. It does matter. What they have showed to you and all the paintings that you have seen of Jesus is of a white man. But in their fake New Testament, it depicts an Afrocentric man. Let's take a look at Revelation 1 and 14. And it reads, "His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow." Wake up, chosen people. You're living in strong delusion. Think about it. You call white Jesus your Savior and Redeemer. What has He saved you or redeemed you from? We went through hell and are still going through hell on this earth, yet you call Him your Savior and Redeemer? Let's think back on the ship that great 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 grandma was on. It was called the good ship Jesus. What is good about a people being kidnapped from their lands and taken to a place they know nothing about, kept in bondage for 240 years, whipped, beaten, our women molested, working for nothing? What is good about that? The Torah states that servitude is only for 7 years, but our ancestors worked for 240 years for free. And what is all this redeeming love that you are singing about, Negroes? You're singing inadvertently to Jesus, Satan, Lucifer, the true Trinity. In conclusion, I must say this: we, the chosen people, must wake up to truth, not lies and deception. The era of brainwashing and manipulation is over. No more lies. No more hiding the truth from us. For centuries, the truth has been hidden from us because we had no records of our history. The only history we had is from the Middle Passage. In other words, we had no history before slavery. But truth crushed to the ground will rise again. We, the chosen people, have risen from the dunghills of lies and from living in solitude. But now we know that we are the Most High's chosen people. We will get the kingdom. It belongs to us. The internet has opened a big door that cannot be closed. The white man who created Jesus is now renouncing him and the New Testament, left, right, and center. And you, the chosen people, are holding on to Jesus and the New Testament, trying to convince yourself that your white God is real. Wake up, chosen people. Wake up. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and share this video. And ring that notification bell so that you will be notified when we drop new videos. Thank you so very much for listening. And until the next video, have an amazing day.